Three, two, one, going live, going live. You're live. Hello, and welcome to another day in the Milky Way. Man, oh man, it's been a long day for me. So I just got, believe it or not, this is one of those days where I'm cutting it real thin to the core. Anyway, so far, got nobody on. If you want to come on and be a part of the show, just let me know. I didn't even know if I was going to make it today. It was one of those days where I skimmed by. I just got home about 20 minutes ago. Threw on this nice Be the Frequency You Want to Receive shirt. And here I am. So anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming tonight and enjoying whatever show I put on. We're going to talk a little bit about winter, the winter solstice coming up. What about Christmas? I just did a show with Lucky Stone, and we talked about Krampus. There's Grumpy Stack. Hello, I sent you a link if you want to come on. But anyhow, no, yes, I look great. I've been working all day, out since what time was it? Oh geez, man, I got up early, but anyway, I got there at 7. It was 3 below zero or 7 below zero, and then it warmed up to 3 below zero here, and it was really cold. Put it that way, it was really cold, and even with long johns on and the whole 9 yards and the wind blowing and stuff, just gets your face and all that good stuff. But yeah, I bet you Nina was at the flea market. I hope you did well. If I was in Canada, I would have come and visit. But anyway, we want to give a big shout out to Grumpy Stack, who's listening tonight but have to work to get money. Yes, I sure get that. I worked all day. Grumpy, you are a hard worker. If you were up here in the oil field, I'm sure you would do pretty darn good. You know, because out here, the guys who work hard, they get rewarded and they move up to the top of the ladder really fast. So we're going to talk a little bit about everything tonight. But anyway, for the most part, I'm going to wing it. We're going to talk a little bit about some books I've been reading. Yep, don't worry about it, Lucky. You're running a little bit late. I was running a little bit late myself. Holy cow. I literally just got in the door, threw on my shirt, and here I am. I was going to post a show that I'd already recorded, and I says, this is not fair to you guys. You guys expect more out of me. You expect a nice live show, and that's what I'm going to give you. Anyway, we're going to talk about stuff, whatever comes up to the Christmas spirit, the giving spirit. We're gonna help some people out. You should be helping people out in your community, or you should help other people out. So if you want, like Big Al, he is a good guy, and you should be thinking about, buying his deck of cards. He does have that's the one I want. This is the one I want. He does have the Soul Tribe cards here, and he's also got decks of the Soul Tribe cards, which are right here. That's got everybody on it. Now, Al does really good work. And I know sometimes he's a little slow, sometimes he's a little fast on sending them out. But Grumpy, I know what you mean. I worked really hard to get out from under a bunch of debt too. But anyway, he's got all the Soul Tribe cards here, if you can see them. And you too could get your picture on a Soul Tribe card. All you got to do is let him know. I'm sure he's got a few extra yet on the new deck that he's got coming out. And you could get, if you are on one of these cards and you want to, see, we know who these people are. It's Teresa, And there is, who's this guy? Tom Silcock. I don't know. Haven't never met him. But I got him in my deck, so you know it means a lot. There goes who's that. This is Amanda Berry. Cool. And we got let's see who's this one. Loretta Watkins. Forever Mortalized on a deck of cards. And of course, on the back of the cards, we got Brian, who left us way too early. Thank you. 40 decks left on the Milky Way cards, people. Great Christmas gift. Let's get rid of them for Al. Let's buy them up this year. I'm going to give away some deck of cards come closer to Christmas time. I'm piling up the stuff. We're going to have one of these days. We're going to have Trina on, hopefully, and Courtney is coming up later this year or this month sometime, and we'll have them on. We got Ryan and Ryan Serio and Trina coming up on the 17th, and on the 10th we got Trina and Courtney coming up, and I hope y'all tune in then. He has only 4 decks of the Angel cards, 4 of these beautiful decks, and they're really nice. So see, it says Big Al's Creations for you, made for you, custom graphic artwork. Al's working on some new t-shirts for me, some new designs, and I'm very critical. If Al knows anything, I'm very critical because he made a few designs, and I'm pretty blunt, and I feel bad, but I just said, nope, that doesn't look good. And he started work on another shirt, and I really tell you, the next couple that came out were really nice. So there you go. So Grumpy, good for you. Lady Spellbreaker is in the house. She says, hello, Milky Way Soul Tribe. Abundant healing and love and blessings to you all. Lady Spellbreaker, did I send you my birth chart thing? I can't remember if I did or not. Yeah, I was going to do that. But yeah, I want to get my thing read and have you come on and tell me all about it. So anyway, he has you do that. But anyway, I'm reading the things. But anyway, we have these beautiful cards. Wow, they look bigger in the picture than it. They're huge. They're nice big cards. You can really see them. That I like. This one here, and I love how you can pronounce them. And it's Lavuel, and it's how you say it. And then there's the Psalms. Now you might not be so religious, and me too. I try not to. I'm soured by the church stuff, the religion stuff. But oh, I didn't. Oh, sorry. What do I need to send you for my chart? The date, the time, and the birth. Can I get that off my like birth certificate kind of thing, or what? Anyway, let me know. Yeah, Lady Spellbreaker, you didn't send me your address yet either, so there. And besides that, I think you should talk to Big Al and get your name or your picture up for the next Soul Tribe cards. It's got a few spots left. I'd love to have you on one of those cards. Let's see who we got here. See, I can, when I, the master of mispronunciation, can say the names of these cards. Metzarel. Ain't that a beautiful card? Look at that. It's in my hand. Remember when I used to just put them up on screen? Now I have them in my hand. Look at that. So it says the Psalms are the translation to call the angels you call on. That's right. The psalm of this one is, the face of the Lord is against those who do evil, to cut off the memory of them from the earth. How interesting is that? In the psalm, they sing the psalm to invoke. That is on the front part. See, these cards are full of stuff. It ain't like he wasted space. Says here, this is the sing. I'm not really good at singing, especially now. I'm pretty tired. I've been working all day. Says here, being harassed is not pleasant at all. Bullying and threats are unacceptable now in today's society. Call on this angel to aid in making the situation cease and desist promptly. They will go away from your life. This will relieve anxiety, allowing you to continue with your path and your future task. Also keep you and your partner safe with much less issues. Moreover, your love for your partner will improve, shielding you from being attracted to too much from others and staying respectful instead. Well, I like that. So, welcome Amanda Hernandez. I'm also known as Amy Soul Tribe. Well, Amy, there you go. Thank you for coming. Let's see. Scotty Boy's in the house. I will send again, working on getting the letters in the right order. I don't know what that is, but yes, birthday, time, and location. Location. Okay, thank you, Lady Spellbreaker. I will get that done. I will do that soon, because if I don't, I will forget. I've been working all week. It's been so busy. I tell you, with this cold weather, I literally work all day. I come home and I hit the sack and go to bed. Yeah, I'm glad I taped a few shows ahead of time, because if I didn't, I would have been in a world of hurt. I would have never been on. So if you want to come on, just let me know. I'll send you an email. Because if I put it in the comments section, well, people will just come on like crazy, and they won't, they're trolls. They're trolls. That's all I can say. There you go. Look at that. Just like that, we got a guest tonight. Hey, Lucky. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, I saw you were kind of vamping, trying to figure something out.
Oh, I just got home, and I'm just like, hang on, I'm gonna put the headset on. I didn't need it when I don't have anybody there. So
yeah, which is what I was trying to find my headset. I knew I had it somewhere, but this is I use for my cell phone. It works, so we'll see what happens.
Oh yeah, I gotta figure out where I plugged this in. I plugged something in and I unplugged something else. I got too many look at all the wires I got. I got wires up the yin yang, I tell you.
I know how that is.
Look at that, wires. I just got this new speaker, and I plugged it in somewhere, and I don't know where I plugged it in at. Oh, look at that. Ta-da! How about that?
Sounds great. Wow.
I bet you my sound sounds a lot better now.
Absolutely, it does.
Huh. I didn't even know I didn't have it on. So I'm going to turn the sound down on my head because it's coming through here. It's so loud. Just give me a second.
Oh, it's all good.
Yeah.
Nice, calm, quiet winter day. It was raining all here. It was like in the high 40s.
Oh boy.
It was in the freezing all week, and then it gets to the 40s. So it's crazy.
Yeah. Here it was cold as can be.
Well, that's what happens when you're in the middle of the country.
Yes.
I have the Gulf Stream. As long as the Gulf Stream, the air blows up the Gulf Stream, it gets pretty, stays above freezing.
Woo. With this, you can even hear, I sound like Rush Limbaugh shuffling the cards.
Excellent.
At least I can hear that. Can you hear that?
I can't hear anything, but also I might have my sound down a little low.
I think I got the noise cancellation on, so.
Excellent.
Michelle Can-Am Free is in the house. And let's see who else is there. Witchy Moon, thank you for coming. Let's see what else we got going on. I wanted to share some new books that I got too, that we're going to be going over. Oh, I want to talk to you about Krampus. Now, anybody who hasn't seen Krampus,
That's not it.
Our show on Krampus on Friday, go back and watch that. We talked about a little bit about the good and the bad, and there was one part we missed on there. Remember, we talked about Krampus, and in the end, you were like, it's the opposite. We got Santa Claus, who's the good guy, and then we invented a bad guy so that remember?
Yeah, so we have an excuse. So you don't have to be the bad guy. The parents will say, hey, you better watch out for Krampus. He's going to get you.
Yeah.
The parents don't have to be punishing it. They have this unknown being. You got Santa Claus who'll be good for you, treat you good. And Krampus, if you're bad, but the parents are kind of left, off with no blame.
That's right. And we got Big Al coming on. Look at that. Hey, Big Al.
Hey, wow, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you well.
Loud and clear.
As you can see.
Woo, you're stuck in traffic.
We ain't going anywhere.
Oh,
you ain't going anywhere.
We're heading back, leaving Atlanta on I-20, heading to Memphis. And 2 ambulances just went by, and it's all red on the GPS. So I'm just lucky I got a signal right now.
Yeah, well, why you got a signal? Why didn't you tell us what's going on with the cards?
Well, yeah, I'm down to 4 decks. I'm sending Amy a deck Monday.
Okay.
So I think that leaves 3 decks. I may have 4, but yeah, you have to sing that psalm. That's the translation, the Hebraic translation, because no one wants to learn how to speak Hebraic. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why you do it. And some folks have already had immediate results. I've got a lot of positive feedback on emails, so I'm happy about that.
Excellent.
So maybe I need to find an angel that gets me through the traffic. What do you think?
That's right. One that'll come along, push all those cars out of the way, and wave you through. Come on, come on.
Yeah. Actually, there is one angel for safe travels. It's in that deck, but you have to invoke it before you go on your trip.
Oh, okay. Well, and Grumpy says, how do you sing it or just say it? Well, you gotta, the idea is singing it is blending the words together. Angels spirits, they seem to like music. Is that not true, Lucky?
Yes.
We know more about them. They love music.
Frequency. It's frequency. They love frequencies. As I knocked my computer over, which is now I'm short again. Yeah. They love frequencies. Singing because it's melodious.
Right.
Because English is very cut, stop, boom, 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 boom language. It's not romantic at all. But singing, it's eloquent. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that'd be nice, Lucky. If you want to give us an example, just grab a card and try it.
Yeah.
Grab a card and try it. Great. I have no idea what my cards are, and I was looking at them.
Okay,
it's funny because I don't even have a deck of cards in this truck right now, so I
got a card here. Now I sing the psalm here. Behold, for so shall the man. I got to tell you what the one is. Ha Riel, Ha Riel, Ha Riel, Ha Riel. Not Ariel, Ha Riel with the H. And of course, yes.
Okay.
This is the psalm. Behold, for so the man be blessed, the blinding favored, who fears the Lord and worships him with obedience. So,
right. So
I don't know if it's supposed to be in that tune, but there you go.
Well, that's just it. I mean, everyone's going to have their their style of singing, right? I mean,
Yes.
whether it's rock and roll or a country or
Yeah.
not quite sure, but
And
if
of
you
course,
feel it when you sing it, you know, if you sing it the way you feel, I suppose that would be the same thing, right?
yeah, because here on the other side it says, "Sing the psalm to invoke." It says, and this was about advance your kindness through magic energy, increase your love through peace and intentions, bring peaceful solutions at home. And so, I suppose if you're in that kind of situation, you want to sing it towards that type of a mood. If it's a somber mood or a joyful
Yeah.
mood or something like that, like it says,
Well,
it's your frequency.
okay, so check this out, right? So you know how the
Yeah.
Catholic priests talk, when they keep that steady tone.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end they lift up a little bit in the last few words. I mean, I don't think that's the idea.
Yeah, they always, see, and I was just talking to somebody about this the other day, and it was like, I think, how do I want to put this without offending people? But that it's going to offend somebody. So, I'll just put that out there. The idea is when you're in that religion, especially the Catholic religion or the Baptist, any one of those ones that, do the Bible thing, it's like a loop, and they just give you bones, but they never give you a way to move ahead, not to improve yourself. You are there to not get help. The only way you can get help is to, go through Jesus to get to God, and then God will help you out if he thinks you're a righteous man or whatever. And that's it. That's pretty much it. How do you get anywhere? Oh, you got to go through Jesus. How do you do anything? Well, you got to be good. And if you do something bad, God will smite you down. You go to the hell, and you're burned in eternity if you ever do any little thing, and you're done. And it's like, well, who wants to be? Yeah, it's worse than that. But I mean, I had to sum it up in a quick sentence or two. So it's like, wait a minute. There's way more to all of this. Who wants to follow something like that? That's horse pucky. So then I read these things like, lately I've been doing, here, like Blavatsky. I've been reading this stuff, and she's talking about the mysteries of, the Hindus and the Buddhists and things like that, which are really interesting. I mean, they are telling you how to conduct your body, what to eat, how to behave, how to interact with society and people, and be that frequency you want to receive. And you're not, like giving your body and soul to this deity and then saying, here, I'm in your hands, I'm your puppet, I'll do whatever you want, I won't think, I'll just have faith, believe that whatever you decide, you're right. If you think I should die, well, then that's the end of it. I will just do it.
Mhm.
Wait a minute. Where's the part where you use your brain and you think and you enjoy life and you advance, and how do I get to the next step? And there's got to be more than this. Nope, there's one step. You go from here, you go to heaven. That's it. You don't have to think and do anything. It's like we talked about Krampus and Santa Claus, and the thing is they've been, the religion has invented a bad guy and a good guy. You got Satan, and you got and you got God and Jesus or whatever, but nobody can tell you that in that Bible where Satan was killing everybody, or Lucifer, or whatever it is. I didn't read that, but I do read a lot where God told him, hey, go out and wipe those people from the face of the earth, every bug and nook and cranny. What? And yet he's the good guy.
Mhm.
Oh, people fooled for millions of years. But
It's so much more than that. I mean, if you read just what Jesus said, take everything out. He just about just be good, take care of each other. I mean, the Good Samaritan, which is, the Samaritan can't be a person does a good deed. No, the Samaritans were a group of Jews that were kind of hated. They were seen as lower. They were Jewish, yes. They followed the same Torah, but they didn't do it right. And
Yeah.
to Jesus to say that the best person, the most helpful and kindest person was the lowest. And he went with lepers and prostitutes and the lowest form of society, and he brought them with him. And it wasn't about, all this show. It was about being good and taking care of each other. And I really, when I read in the beginning of Christianity, it wasn't about meeting to proselytize and to convert people. It was about meeting, having a nice conversation, and feeding each other. They met once a week and exchanged food. And it wasn't about eating Jesus's body and blood. It was about having a nice meal with each other. The rich would bring more, the poor would just bring themselves. It was about sharing, everyone being equal at the table, and everyone getting a good meal at least once a week. And then, of course, the Romans took it over and says, hey, we can't have these happy people. There's too many happy people. Because originally, from what I understood, what I read is that Christianity wasn't about, following Jesus and converting to this Christian religion. It was about sitting and being good to each other. That's all it was.
Yeah. See, things get really misunderstood. It's like when we talked about Thanksgiving for November.
Yeah.
It's all taken out of whack. Even I couldn't find good stuff about it. It's like, oh my gosh, as much as, but there was. Did you know that the Spanish tried to cap on Thanksgiving too? Because they were saying, well, we had guys out there in America before you did, and we celebrated Thanksgiving too. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, there's way more. I can't wait till next year to talk more about Thanksgiving. But yet I have, to think about, now we got to think about Christmas stuff. And you were right. It's all about get that frequency. I was talking, and that was the title of the show was Winter Frequency. And that's the thing. It's about getting together, about sharing. It's more the Thanksgiving thing, giving is more a thing. It's good to give of yourself, but
right.
And it makes you feel good.
Right. Well, that's the thing. It's about Christmas. The best part of Thanksgiving is getting together with family. And yes, there are stories behind it, but we have to get to the core of what Thanksgiving really is about. It's about sharing and being together. And the history behind it, yes, the Native Americans were abused, but that one part of history where the white people and the natives got together and had a nice meal together and exchanged something, shared.
Yes.
And it's about thanking for surviving another year, thanking. And yes, there's a history around it, the garbage, the terrible stories behind it, the abuse of Native Americans. But that should be a side story, is what Thanksgiving should be about, getting with family and being relaxed. Christmas should be about just getting with family and being relaxed. And the gift giving became so over the top, you kind of lose the whole idea of it.
It's true. Carrie's in the house. Thank you for coming. She says, but even the physical practice is divine love. Divine love honors the individual, the collective, and the intellectual. She also says it was about love and gratitude. Yes, it should be. Christmas should be about love and gratitude. You should be able to just give that freely instead of putting a price tag on it like we've been convinced to do at the store. Yes. I need to buy something for that person. I need the latest blah blah blah, and I need to have it, or I need to give the biggest best gifts for all my friends or my family. I need to be number one. I need to give so they can look and say, that guy's doing well. You know what he gave me for Christmas? You know what? About 2 days after you've given that gift, they forget all about it. It's always put to the side.
Because you can't,
Al,
a lot of times you can't use it. It's the sad part.
Al, what do you got to say about all that?
Just be good. Do the right thing. Okay. You got to have a positive feeling in life. Okay. You don't want to do wrong. You want to do what's in your heart. That's the bottom line. Okay. You don't want to invoke bad things on people. Okay. Because it's going to come back to you. Like we talked about last Saturday night. You're going to have a positive attitude and help others in need. Okay. Help people in need, donations to individuals. Okay. We need to help out Grumpy with him right now. Did you put his PayPal on your description by any chance?
I will be doing it after show. I was kind of running late. Like I said, I've been working a lot, so but I did get that, and we will be. I sent him a link. I was hoping that he could pop in. I know he's working hard, but it'd sure be nice if he could pop in and for a minute or two and say hi, y'all. I know he's been on track. He's working hard. He did this weight loss thing. He's got his own tire shop. I think he's still got the tire shop. This is one of the hardest working guys trying to make it out there. And Christmas is coming, and we're going to try to do a little fundraising for a Grumpy. Even though he's grumpy, we love him still. So, I'm going to link his PayPal and stuff, whatever you sent me. I'm going to put that in there. It'll be in the description after the show. It's been a little slow for me because I've been working so much. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
There's always something going on.
All right, what's going on here? Oh my God, it's totaled. Oh, I'm so sorry. I just hope they're okay.
Yeah.
We see so much death and destruction on the highways, Robert, every week. Yeah. Yesterday I saw 2 semi trailers completely destroyed. Destroyed with cargo and boxes all over the highway, and it just makes you wonder. You look at the tractor and you say, well, he or she's not coming home. Okay?
Yeah.
And so we just need to involve favor and safety and health to everyone in life. So yeah, Grumpy's working hard, and we need to help him out. Wayne talked about it on his show.
Yeah.
So, you can send $25, whatever. Whatever you can desire to.
Look who we got joining us. We got Grumpy.
Hey, how's it going?
There you go. Yeah.
How you doing?
All right.
It's going. I had a pretty busy day at the shop today, and I gotta go in tomorrow morning and do 6 massive tires. So the guy called me yesterday and he said, are you open tomorrow? I said, yeah, I'm open. Well, I was there till 2 o'clock this afternoon, and at 6 o'clock he called me and he said the tires got in. I was like, well, I'm not going back to the shop tonight. I said, you want to do them tomorrow? I'll do them tomorrow. So pretty much 7 days a week, and I get about right now 3 to 4 hours of sleep a night.
Yeah. Wow. Well, do you sleep any better with all that hair gone on your beard? I thought you were going to do the ZZ Top thing, man.
The face definitely got lighter. I'm putting less of a indentation on the pillow.
Hated to see beard go, man.
I had to do it. I was just like, you know what? It's too much. It's too much. When I was 450 pounds, I didn't want to take it off because a beard is like hiding.
Yeah.
And the more I lost it, the better I liked my face showing.
Yeah, you were quite heavy there. I remember, boy, well, you were driving truck, and I know when you're driving truck, a lot of times you eat or you don't exercise, you sit behind that truck. I'm surprised Al ain't like 500 pounds himself, but he's got that honey-do list when he gets home. So
well, I was talking with Al or texting with Al yesterday, and he brought up a good fact. there should be more options of healthy eating on the road, because truck drivers are the pretty much the main artery of this country surviving.
Yeah.
And when I was on the road, yeah, I was 370 pounds. I blew up to 450 after my accident because I couldn't walk. But at 370 pounds, I was having trouble. And if you go out to any truck stop, at least 50 to 75% are morbidly obese.
Yeah.
And that's a big issue. I mean, I have a feeling, when I wrecked my truck, I had a sneezing attack. I had a sneezing attack doing 70 miles an hour. I couldn't stop sneezing, and it just took me off the road. Did weight have a factor? Probably. But I used to see accidents all the time of truckers driving off the road and this and that. And, a lot of it is health related.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
imagine. I'd imagine.
Well,
If any of you have ever been to a truck stop, that those truckers, most of them are overweight. Man, I tell you, walk in there and they're all waddling around in their sweatpants and their giant shirt that covers their belly, and you go, "Oh, that's a truck driver. He's got a headset on. He's going heading to the lounge."
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
oh, go ahead.
I wish we had Mongolian restaurants along the way. I'm telling you guys, there's better foods out there for everyone. I mean, not just truckers, but everyone. And this food that we're eating, it's just horrible. I mean, me and Perry, we gotta go on some sort of a non-beef poultry diet or something, man, because it's just not doing us any good anymore. I mean, we're not obese or anything, but it's just not healthy anymore, in my opinion. And but we do have some fruits and vegetables in the truck. But if you go to these truck stops, this food that they give you, it's got some sort of an addiction to it that I think they put in it. Sort of like the way nicotine is, or caffeine. Okay. And I think they're putting something in the food, or they found out a way to trigger that desire in the brain for beef and poultry. That's my opinion.
Okay, so as being an ex-trucker, they do a lot of the double deals. Like if you buy two, you get one free, or if you buy two, it's $250 instead of $250 for just one. So they push a lot of that the candies and the sodas. Now when I get back on my feet and everything like that, as far as finances wise and stuff like that, I'm gonna be doing a YouTube channel, and it's gonna be well, Lori and Teresa had to help me out and made an opening for my show. And it's gonna be more of like kind of a motivational, but learning how to eat right, drink, and stuff like that. This way we can tell the benefits. I mean, most people, if they drink a Coke, the average or the what is it? You see, I didn't script any of this out, so I'm
that's the best. So you see, that's the thing. It's not like you're doing it from the heart. That's what counts.
Yeah. Well, the Mountain Dews. My neighbor had a double heart bypass just a few weeks ago, and he's been drinking probably 8 to 10 Mountain Dews a day.
Yeah.
people who are hooked on sodas, we stay away from it. That's one thing we don't have. We drink water out the road.
Well,
5,000
see,
miles away.
well, see, the biggest thing about the sugar intake that is recommended is like 36 or 39 no, I think it's 36 grams a day of sugar intake. One 12-ounce can of Coke is 39 grams of sugar. And I know people, like you said, your neighbor, he drinks 8 or 10 of them a day. Well, most truckers drink them big, 44 ounce
The big gulp.
sodas and all day long. And that's why there's so much. And another thing, the diet sodas are horrible because that
Aspartame.
sweetener they put into it, it makes your body feel think it's sugar, so it produces so much insulin. That's why people who drink diet sodas are also well overweight.
Yeah. So, the thing is I guess to sum it up in some way or another, is learning how to make those healthy choices. Is it not?
Yeah, definitely. And if you guys want to friend me on Facebook, I know you guys are, but every day, um, I share out a recipe,
Mhm.
and it's a low calorie recipe, but you get your protein and your vegetables in every day if you follow those recipes. And yeah, they may look hard and they look pretty and everything. They taste real good. Um, right now I'm getting my garden ready, so I don't have to buy all the vegetables this upcoming year. But just follow along, and you don't have to do every one of them. I haven't done every one of them, but it just gets a healthy option out there. This way, at least one of your meals is is right.
Yeah, well, here's another thing. Well, first I want to say that Mary Wynn, you inspired somebody right there. Mary Wynn says, I didn't know that about diet soda. Wow,
Yeah.
look at that. And Mary, just go and research it a little bit now and see, you triggered somebody into thinking that because they didn't know. And that, I think that's the biggest thing. People are just oblivious to it. They see the commercials, they see the stuff, and they go, ooh, diet. What does that tell you? The slogan, diet. I want a diet because I'm overweight. And you want to get that stuff because of that. And it's trickery.
And that's like the program that I'm doing. Well, I'm doing it, but I'm not, because I'm at my goal weight, and I've learned how to control, my calorie intake and everything like that.
Mhm.
But I'm a coach. I'm a health coach for a diet program, and it's not really a diet program. A lot of it is community and just relearning, educational wise, how to feed your body. But what a lot of people do is, yeah, intermittent fasting might work for a certain amount of time, but
Mhm.
what you do is, if you look at any of the top athletes and you see how they eat 6 to 10 times a day. Every hour that they're awake, they eat in between 2 and 3 hours. Now, it's not eat a full meal every 2 to 3 hours. It's have something to keep and the key is to keep your blood sugar steady, your blood glucose steady, so you don't have those spikes and drops, because your blood sugar drops, you're gonna gorge out on everything.
Yeah. Well, there's also like myself, I try to eat, during the day. Not, and I read somewhere, now tell me if this is true, but what was one of those football player guys, or one of the guys was talking about how he'd get up in the morning. The first thing he did was drink a big bottle of water, not food, but water. And that would kind of fill him up and get his body going. He didn't need the food. He's like, I need water. And
Well,
I think he's got a point there.
it's good. You kind of want to, like, after you slept all night, your blood sugar is supposed to be at its lowest. So
Yep.
you want to have something small, like say a hard-boiled egg or something like that. But you want to have at least 64 ounces of water, minimum 64 ounces of water a day. Now, what I do is when I wake up, I'll wake up, shake the cobwebs out, and I'll have something, like a scrambled egg or something like that. Very rarely do I go to breads. Breads are all carbohydrates, and they are, you need carbohydrates, but you need to control how much you take in. So usually I start off the day with an egg, or I'll have oatmeal, something like that, something light. And by the time I'm getting out of my house and going to work, which is from the time I wake up to the time I leave the house, is probably about an hour. In the first half hour, I'm eating that whatever it is for breakfast. When I go out to my car, I have a bottle of water that I drink, and it only takes me 5 minutes to get to the shop, but I drink the bottle of water in the first hour that I'm up, and then I go for another bottle of water. I gotta drink probably about 144 ounces of water for me to function during the day. It used to be 144 ounces of soda and probably 4 ounces of water.
That is so true. I want to repeat what Scotty Boy says. When you stop and listen, really listen to your body, it tells you what you need, not what you want. But first, you need to get rid of that sugar addiction. And everything you just said there, you said an egg, water, oatmeal. You didn't say, when I get up, I drink. I have this big bowl of cereal with a bunch of sugar on it. Because we're really not meant to have all that sugar. You want to know something really interesting? Now, I was doing a little more research on Thanksgiving today, and because I just found this episode that was really cool, and they were talking about the average person back in the day in Thanksgiving, and how one Thanksgiving got postponed because of the fact that they didn't have any molasses. And the thing was that they didn't use sugar. Sugar was expensive. They used molasses for everything. That was how they got their sugar through. And they made their pumpkin. Without the molasses, couldn't make pumpkin pie. They couldn't make their alcohol. They couldn't make their cookies. They couldn't make their breads. And they had all these different recipes for molasses, everything, because that's what they used for a sweetener. And I'm like, holy cow, molasses isn't really that sweet.
Yeah. And another thing about that is I got to do the research again because I forgot the exact numbers, but 100 years ago, the average American would take in, like, I think it was less than 30 pounds of sugar intake a year.
Yeah, I remember that study. It was over 100. It was like early the 1800s. They took in 5 pounds of sugar a whole year, and now we take in like 150 pounds of sugar in a year per person. And it's like, wow, because you know why? Because they put it in everything you eat, from the ketchup you put on your hot dog to the pancakes, to the food, to the breads, everything, especially like you said, you drink a soda, there's more than your whole sugar intake should be for the day, and you drank it in a bottle of soda.
And in 5 minutes mostly.
Yeah. And what does that do to you? Holy cow, you're bouncing off the walls. But after a while, you get used to it. And then you go,
You need
that
more.
doesn't yeah. And is it not true that we lost Big Al. Anyway, is it not true that sugar affects the brain? I've seen this somewhere as much as like heroin. You know, makes you in the head. I'm thinking, what the fudge?
when I started my journey on losing the weight, that first month I was kind of like I felt like I was on a drug addict that was going through withdrawals.
Yeah.
Because it was like if my wife came home with like a box of donuts for the kids,
Mm-hmm.
and I must admit, and sadly, but you know, in the beginning, when she came home with a box of donuts, sometimes the kids didn't get any. But
Oh man.
yeah, it was because I was off of sugar, and it was like, oh, I see the donuts, the kids are sleeping, let me go.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel bad, but at the same time, it's the way we're programmed from children, like
Yes.
from birth, really, you know. And nowadays, I'm glad my kids are all grown and mostly out of the house, because you know, all I would do is eat their food. Now I don't have to go and buy their food. Like today, my son's home, and my daughter's about to come home, so I bought a case of soda for them. I don't like them that drinking that much soda. My daughter doesn't drink too much soda, but the boy, he loves his soda. And a case of the Sam's Cola is now $7.48 over here, which it was like $3 6 months ago. But I'll look at it. I'll put that in there, and every time I open up the refrigerator, there's 2 cases of water and a case of soda. I I always grab the water because, you know, if I have one soda, I feel like it's gonna go downhill from there.
Yeah. Yeah. You're back on your addiction. Okay, everybody. I'll put some of the stuff in the chat. So if you want that out, go right ahead. Doug, you're on our help list this winter for our Christmas. We are you are going to be our Christmas guy, and it's not now everybody now donate to whoever you want, but the Soul Tribe is going to put Doug first and foremost this year. He's going to be our hardworking guy, that's going to get our donations. So there you go. And that's
Thank you
something
so
I
much.
tell you what, that's something I always say is I like to help people who are trying to help themselves. But there's the guy that stands on the corner, does nothing all day, or sits in his house and collects welfare. Why would I go ahead and help that guy out? Because tomorrow he's going to just sit there, collect more welfare, and watch TV while I go out and work hard. That makes me mad, because it's like you're taking my tax dollars, and then I give you money and I give you food, and then you sit there and you're playing video games, watching TV while I'm out at work, freeze my ass off.
Well, one thing that bothers me, and being a business owner, and relatively new business
Yeah.
owner,
Yeah.
and where I'm at, where my shop is at, I get a lot of people who, okay, I own a business, they think I have money. So they think it's all right to come up to me and ask me, oh, hey, can I get $1? Can I get $5? Oh, give me $10. And if I refuse, and which I do 9 times out of 10, unless I know the person really, really needs it. You know, I'm the bad guy. They think because I own a business that I have money.
Unfortunately.
Whereas, like, if someone were to own a business and, you know, I don't know what it is in the beginning. Now, if you're an established business and you're doing good, and you don't have any money, there's a problem. But in the beginning, even the money that you're making in the beginning, it's pretty much all going back to the business.
You know, and
And
you're exactly right. The thing is someday after you get going and you're established and you're doing good, you're going to be able to give to others. And I'm sure you will. But the thing is that we got to get you going. Otherwise, you know, I don't want to see you in the welfare line. You know what I mean?
well, I mean, I don't want to be in the welfare line, and I don't want to be that person who loses everything just because, you know, yeah, the economy sucks.
Yep.
There's nothing we can do about that.
Yep.
But try to make some money and stay off that welfare line.
Well, that's the thing, and you're doing just that. And you know, but anyway, it's the thing. Lucky, I know you've been a little quiet, but I want to ask you, did you ever have a sugar problem? You ever have that kind?
Yeah, I lost about 50 pounds about 3 years ago. I did the intermittent fast. Yeah, I did. I went from a working job on the floor manufacturing to a desk job, and I gained about, I think about 70, 80 pounds in the course of just 6 months. And
you look like a skinny guy. I can't imagine you 50 pounds heavier. Holy
well, that's
cow.
the problem. That's what someone talked to me and said, "Hey, you've gained a lot of weight pretty quickly." I'm like, "What do you mean?" And I stepped on my scale, and my scale says I weighed the same. My scale was broken. My scale was still stuck. Every time I stepped on it, for some reason, it was set so that it would never go above 165, and I was about like 190. So I got a new scale, and oh my God. Yeah, I went on the intermittent fasting for, I'm still on it kind of. I would religiously, and after about like 3 weeks of intermittent fasting, because I eased myself into it, expanded the hours and did that, and I began vomiting in the morning. And I'm like, what's going on? I would drink my water and I was vomiting, and someone said, "What are you doing?" I said exactly what I was doing, and they go, "You've depleted yourself because in the morning you're sweating and everything else because of getting the weight and everything. When you're drinking water, it's actually sucking stuff out." They explained it to me. They did a whole thing. And the reason why you're vomiting is you got to put, and the thing was like a tiny bit of salt, a tiny bit of baking soda. It worked for me. I don't know what the real story is, but for me, drinking the water in the morning with a teeny, not much at all, just a minuscule amount, it just didn't matter. And that got me through. And I got down to, I'm still about 160 now. I used to be 150. And, you know, and I also, at the time, I did a lot of walking, and I looked over the past year, my walking went down because I walk every day. You see my videos. But I was looking and I realized I went from like every month, like 200 miles a month to less than 100. I'm like, what's going on here? And I haven't really gained weight, but I also don't eat that much. And even when, you know, Doug was saying about the donuts, my wife brings home donuts, but I can't eat them. I can eat half a donut. I used to be able to eat like 2 or 3 donuts. I can only eat half a donut. My body says, no, we can't eat anymore. I start feeling sick. So yeah, I still do occasionally. And in soda, I'll do 1 soda a week. But again, the sugar messes with my head. So I have to put a soda, I have to put in like a lot of ice, which as a young adult, I never used ice in my soda. I used to drink soda straight. But also my metabolism was so high because I was always so active.
Yeah, we're not, all of us, we're not young anymore, are we?
It's crazy how fast I gained it though. And that's the thing, is like a friend of mine who I hadn't seen in a long time said, "You've gained a lot of weight fast. You're not healthy." Like, what do you mean? And then I went, I stopped my scale. My scale says 165, and he goes, "You're not 165. You are not 165." And I was like 190. I'm like, holy shit. And my wife was
What?
just like, "Yeah, I saw, but I didn't care."
Lucky. You say you can only eat like half a donut if your wife brings it home.
Yeah.
Your sugar intake is not a lot during the day, I assume.
Oh
If you
no. I salads and stuff like that. No.
Yeah, if you pig out one day, like say, I don't know, maybe you had a slice of pie on Thanksgiving. How'd you feel the next day?
I used to get, I think usually causes headaches. I don't know, but yeah, it depends on the pie because like a pumpkin pie, depending if it was made homemade, I'm fine. But that store made stuff just messes
Yeah.
with my head.
Well, what they do is once you detox yourself from all the sugar, like if you go from a high sugar diet to, just the sugars that you need that are naturally in the food.
Mhm.
If you go and have like a slice of apple pie or a cheesecake, what I found is the next day, and it's lasted up to 3 days. It feels like I drank the night before.
Yeah, yeah. Hangover. Yes, that's what it feels like. Yeah.
Hangover from pie and
Oh yeah.
cookies and ice
Yeah,
cream.
exactly.
Even now, I can't drink coffee. I have had a hell of a time. I could drink like I work at night, so I need some caffeine. But I've come down to like a quarter of a cup of coffee a night, or it just really messes with me. It just makes me hyper and anxiety. I'm like, what is going on? And it's because I don't have anything else with it, and it just goes right into my system. So I
Well,
still can't
see,
figure out coffee. I used to drink so much coffee years ago. Now I can't take any.
coffee, um, coffee is not horrible. I don't drink a lot of coffee because I'm not a coffee drinker.
Yeah.
My wife drinks coffee and she doesn't do any sugars. What she does with her coffee is she puts it in there and then she gets unsweetened almond milk,
Mhm.
pours a little bit of that in, and then there's at like Burke's or TJ Maxx, some places like that, they have this what's called a skinny syrup, and it comes in different flavors, but it doesn't have any sugars, so it gives her the sweetness that she likes in a coffee. She doesn't do any sugars though.
Mhm.
So I mean that's always an option. She likes hazelnut, so she puts that skinny syrup in there. And she's a nurse, so
Mhm.
I don't know any nurses that don't like coffee.
Yeah. It's yeah, especially if some jobs just need some caffeine. It's
Yeah.
but it's tough. I don't eat meat. I don't eat pork or beef, but that's a weird story in of itself. But one of the rules is that I don't say anything. I don't say that I'm a vegetarian. So if I go to a party and someone gives me meat, I have to eat it just as a respectful thing. But if a choice, so I have my wife crazy with that. She goes, "Oh, do you want this?" And I'm like, you've asked me, I have a choice, so I'll say no. But you
Yeah.
ate it yesterday, but you gave it to me without asking. And it's like, it's the weirdest thing that I developed this thing. But yeah, beef in itself is I crave it, but don't consume it. I don't know.
Beef is okay in moderation. Now, on the plans that on the recipes I share, if you're gonna have like beef, one portion size should only be it shouldn't be more than 5 ounces cooked.
Wow.
Chicken and pork is 6 ounces cooked,
Mhm.
and fish and like seafood is 7 ounces.
Mhm.
So I mean, fish. I try to go to like a tuna fish or tilapia. Well, I don't like eating tilapia because it's a fake fish. It's a farm bred fish. But you want to go fish, shrimp, stuff like that, crab.
Mhm.
Um, but that's the thing. A lot of people don't know what the correct portion size is. I mean, you look at America for the last 50 years,
Yeah.
you know, they pile the plate on, they pile the food up on the plate. And what does grandma and grandpa say? You can't leave the table until it's all done.
Right.
Yeah, that isn't that so true? It was like
Mhm.
eat all your food. There's starving kids in Ethiopia. Come
Yeah.
on now. And that was, I agree with that in a way, because back in the Depression days, I think that came along when people didn't have food, or back
Mhm.
in the day when grandma and grandpa really didn't have food, and now they're blessed with a lot of food. But then they're looking at you like, back in the day, I would have been thankful to have a piece of bread. I would have been thankful to not starve, because there were, believe it or not, in America, a lot of people were starving.
Mhm.
And
It's a lot of people are still starving in America. It's
yeah,
just not as widely known.
well, and the word, well, here's the thing. A lot of people are starving because they're eating crappy food, and they're not getting the nourishment and the minerals, and they're the food that they're eating. If you ate Cheetos and chips and dips and things like that, you're going to eat more, because your body's craving all those vitamins and minerals that you're not getting. And it says eat more, eat more, try to get some food. And then you get this craving like, man, I need a pickle. I need the peanut butter sandwich with a banana. You know why? Because your body is telling you. I think Scotty Boy had mentioned something about that earlier, about do what your body tells you. It's because you are needing vitamins and minerals. So, do you take vitamins or any of that stuff?
No, I don't. It's all in the food.
It's
It's
in the
all in the
food.
foods I prepare.
Yeah, because you're eating healthier food, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And that's the thing, because I notice, like, I take a lot of vitamins, but I notice that if I take my vitamins and I take the right amount of vitamins, then I'm not hungry. But
A
if
lot.
just that's just my thing.
You gotta look at what vitamins that you are taking, because a lot of that stuff, it's so loaded that you don't get all the vitamins that you do need.
Yeah.
It's like some of them just flush out. Now, the last time I did my blood work, which was in April, I'm waiting for January 1st because I want to go back and see where it's at now. But the first time I did my blood work in April, or since I've lost all this weight, I became like, before the surgery I had, they had prescribed me metformin. I was on high blood pressure pills. My cholesterol was extremely high. Um, I went in April, I got it done. I was not considered diabetic anymore. My A1C was at a 5.2. And pretty much all of my blood work looked like what a normal athletic 18-year-old should look like. Everything was right in the middle of what it had to be.
Yeah. Yeah, and so here's the thing. Now, like Lucky, you said that somebody came up and told you, oh my God, you gain a lot of weight, and it's kind of unhealthy. Did people come up and tell you that too? Did people come up and tell you, oh my God, you're a big guy. It's pretty unhealthy. You should do something. Did
Well,
people tell you that, or were they courteous and do the politically correct thing and not
no.
tell you? They just ignore you, like, oh, this is a big fat guy.
The worst part was my parents. My parents were like, "Yo, you're gonna die. Hey, you're getting too fat." And I like how my parents shot straight at me. Even though it hurt my feelings. But what I get now is some of the people um that ask if I'm sick,
Mm-hmm.
because they've always known me as being huge, and now I'm 172 pounds. I had quite a few people say, "Man, you have something? What you mean? You have cancer or something?" I'm like, "No, I just went I just got healthy, and uh, people weren't like, uh, how do I say it? People didn't come up to me and say, "Oh, you look fat," except for the old people.
Mhm.
What hurt the most was, walking into to Walmart, and a younger woman with a little kid saying, "Look, that's Santa Claus. If you keep being bad, I'm gonna tell him."
Oh
Thinking that
boy.
I didn't hear it, but I did, and it was just like, yeah. So I knew what the tone was, and I felt that I didn't go out much after my accident, because I knew what I looked like, and I knew what people would say. And the worst, it was bad. I got so mad at my doctor,
Mhm.
because my doctor said the only way you're gonna lose the weight is with the surgery, and that is not true. I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, I was very successful. I did the surgery. I had to do it because within 6 months I probably would have been dead.
Mhm.
I couldn't walk more than 5 feet without having extreme back pain and being extremely out of breath. Um, but I didn't. That option is not the only option. There's other healthier ways to do it. I wish I knew it before the surgery, but at the same time, I'm happy with the surgery because it got me on the right path.
Mhm.
Yeah. 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 And that's the thing. Sometimes you need that wake up call to get where you need to go, I guess.
I mean, 2 years
And
ago, there were days where I didn't care. I
mhm.
didn't care if I woke up or not.
Yeah.
And that's the hardest reality. I mean, I'm 43 now. I should want to live another 40 years. At the time I was 40, I didn't care if I woke up or not.
Oh, that's sad. That's sad.
Hmm.
Yeah. And you got a long time to go, man. You want to see your kids and your grandkids and things like that, not have them see a picture of a guy on the wall and say, "Who's that?" Oh, that was
Hmm.
grandpa. He died off, you know 20 years ago, too early, because he ate too much and he didn't want to do anything for himself.
Well,
You know.
it was funny. I was talking to my dad, yeah, yesterday. He came by the shop, and he was dropping some stuff off. And I said, "Man, he said something about, him and my mom, they've been married for 51 years." He's like, "Oh, well, you got to live
Mhm.
another 40 years to catch up to me and your mom
Yeah.
being married or whatever." I was like, "Yeah, well, 40 years is gonna put me at 83." I said, "So I got something to shoot for." He's like, "What do you mean?" I said, "I gotta pass 73. My dad's 73 right now." I said, "I gotta pass 73. He's like, "Oh, I'm not dead yet." I said, "Well," I said, "I remember when your dad died, your dad was 63 years old.
Mhm.
And for the longest time, you were saying, I have to make it to 64 because I gotta beat my dad." I said, "So you're setting the bar high now." I gotta keep going.
Yeah, well, and see, that's the thing. You gotta have something to live for and shoot for, and that's another thing. Having goals in your life. So we don't make this show too terribly long. I want you to tell us something that we could do. Christmas is coming up, and it is really tempting to have that pie and overeat. And most Americans gain weight during the holidays. But
Mhm.
is it okay that we have that big meal on Christmas, or are we going to say no, no, just pass it on by? I'm going to have this leaf of lettuce.
I I wouldn't say no, don't. You can have the piece of pie, just don't have the whole pie. Have a piece of pie. don't the biggest thing is everybody brings something, and we overload on the sugars now, and we overload on the portion control. Yeah,
Mhm.
you're gonna eat a little bit more. I mean, on Thanksgiving, I wasn't great. You know, I ate more than what I wanted to. Um, but that was my choice. Just be conscious of what you're doing. Um, if you're full on the first plate, don't go back for a second plate. You know, just it's more about choosing
Mhm.
and choosing the right combinations of stuff. And if you want that piece of pie, don't have a second plate, you know, because that's
Mhm.
all it
Okay. Yeah.
it
Yeah. Well,
it
it's
spirals out of control.
yeah. Don't go to the all you can eat buffet every day.
And
Uh,
honestly, you know, another good thing is if you're health conscious and say you're hosting the party or hosting the dinner. Um, tell everybody what you want. Like, yes, so somebody can bring a pie. That's no big deal. But there are healthier options to bring to these things. So like we had this little health outing not too long ago, and they said everybody bring a plate something healthy. Me and my wife, we did it was a salad with radishes, avocado,
mm,
and boiled eggs cut up.
mhm.
And everybody brought something, and some people brought desserts, which were a healthier dessert,
Mhm.
like jicama, and we it was like a pudding type thing, and
Mm.
jicama is more of a like a apple kind of. It doesn't taste exactly like apples, but it's a healthier option.
Yeah.
So I
Yes.
mean, if people bring healthier stuff to you know, as sides,
Mhm.
that's a good thing. You can go crazy on that.
Well, absolutely. Just like Lucky said, the difference between a store-bought pumpkin pie and a homemade pumpkin pie. Your
Hmm.
body can even tell the difference. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
and here's one. This is a good one, and I'm gonna pick on you, Nina. She says, I'm starting up with a healthy diet in the new I'm in the new year. He in the new year. You know, just because it's new year doesn't mean you have to start then. You can start now. You can start today.
My thing
Is that true, or should she wait till the new year?
my thing is, okay, a lot of people wait for the new year, but why wait?
Yes.
If you can start doing healthy now, maybe you can lose 5 to 15 pounds before Christmas. Then you already got that 5 to 15 pounds start for the new year.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I mean you can. My biggest thing is why wait? Start now.
Yeah, well, and you're right. It's a life, like you said earlier. It's a changing your eating habits, changing, figuring out what works for you, and then going with that from there. Not just jumping in and saying, "Oh my gosh, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to lose weight," because most people fail. And I'm so happy that you succeeded, because you're a good example. Now, don't fall off the wagon. you
Yeah.
know, but that's the thing. A lot of people do. They're like, wow, look at, I lost, like you said, I lost 20 pounds. I can eat that pie now. Woo, I've been waiting for Christmas now for 6 weeks, and here it is, and I'm gonna eat all I want. And then 2 days later, I'm still feeling that Christmas pie. I don't want to do anything. Then there's
What
leftovers, and there's
that's
more, and then I don't want to exercise. I don't feel like exercise.
well, that's like you know, for Thanksgiving, I like I said, I did a little too much. And Thanksgiving morning or the day before Thanksgiving, I was at 172.
Mhm.
I didn't step on the scale for 4 days. the fourth day I was 178. And this morning I stepped on the scale, I was 173. So I got it back.
Mhm.
I was kind of pushed into changing it when 2 days before my surgery. The doctor called me up and said, "Okay, today's your last day of eating solid food." I said, "What?" I didn't sign up for that. Well, you got to go to a liquid diet for now.
Mm.
And after the surgery, I was on liquids for a month.
Wow.
And then I can after a month they got me up to like soft foods like tuna, or they said if you can't find anything soft, get baby food. I was like, oh hell no, I'm not doing that. But
A lot of
it was,
applesauce for you.
yeah, after I think it was on month 2 or 3 is when I was able to go back to the solid foods. But it goes from, pigging out to, okay, you can't eat anything solid for the next month and a half.
Wow.
That's the best way to go about things, is if you're gonna start now.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and little bits, work your way into it. Like you said, maybe by Christmas you've already lost 10 pounds, and you can say, "Hey, this ain't so bad. I'm gonna have a nice Christmas dinner," and then you can continue on. That weight will come right back off that you ate for Christmas dinner, and you're still on track, and you got that outlook. But yeah, I agree with you. I don't want to go to some Christmas dinner and then come back and say, no, I'm only going to have that little piece of turkey and I need a leaf of lettuce and I'm done. They're going to look at you like, what? I made this
Well,
big dinner, the pie and everything, and you're not going to have any of it. Oh yeah, just give me some water and a piece of slice of turkey. I'm done.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. I mean, of course you don't want to upset your hosts or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
But the thing is, okay, if you start now, and then go to that dinner or whatever, you could have what you want. But by that point, we got what, 22 days, so 3 weeks.
Yeah.
3 weeks to Christmas. Okay. Um, you'll if you start now, your portion sizes will be a lot smaller if your mind is into it. And it doesn't have to be like, okay, one slice of turkey and a piece of lettuce. No, you can still eat, but you'll probably eat less than what you would if you don't start now.
Yeah. Yeah, that is so true. I noticed when I started eating less that, I used to eat pile, like I used to eat the hungry man special kind of thing, and the lumberjack, pile on 15 pancakes and I'll eat them all. Don't worry about it. And, but now, one or two, I'm good, and if sometimes it's just like, I'm good with even less. It's like, and like you said, the big thing is once you say you're full, if I feel full, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. I'm going to rephrase that. I feel satisfied, not full, but I'm satisfied. I think you agree, Lucky?
Absolutely. That's the thing, is like, I had made a video a couple days ago about start your resolutions now, because you get to practice. Because if you start in January, you have nothing to go with. You're just trying and trying, and oh, I failed completely. But if you start now, try a few things, see what works. Have your goal. Try to achieve a natural goal high, and then from there you'll be try a few things to find out what works, and then you'll know for January 1st what did work, and you go back to that and continue on. But if you just start now, you just go in the race and you go, oh, I failed. I had nothing to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I mean, I used to smoke too, and I tried dozens of times and failed every time. And my last smoke was nothing anyone ever told me how to stop. The last thing I caught the flu. I used to have I had stopped smoking. I had a record of how many cigarettes I didn't smoke and how much I saved. But the last smoke, I stopped, didn't have a record, forgot the date, and moved forward. And that's the only way I could quit. But no one has said anything about that's how to quit, because everyone has their own way, and you got to keep trying. No matter what your resolution is, you have to have a few tricks in your bag, and try a few things out before you can, go running.
Yeah,
Because
boy.
everyone on January 1st is join the gym, and the gym's going to be full. But come February 17th, gym's pretty empty.
Yeah.
Yep.
Most
And
people fail.
if you fail your I don't make resolutions.
Mhm.
I don't, because when I did, I failed within 2 weeks, and it kind of sets your tone for the year.
Mm.
If you fail in the beginning of the year, why try at anything else?
Hmm. Yeah, exactly. Well, this has been great. I thank you for coming on. Grumpy ain't so grumpy, is he? Good shave with the beard. I like it. It's good to see your face. And Lucky, thank you for coming on. Big Al, who's in the chat, thank you for popping in, talking a little bit about the cards, and talking about Grumpy and how we got you a fun setup there. And I'll be putting that in the description below. And I wish you the best. I hope you do good, and I hope I can get you back on here. We can talk a little bit more. I would love to get you and Zigzagzilla together one day to talk about nutrition and stuff, because he was a nutrition guy too. And he grows his garden, and man, that would be a show to remember. I tell you, you guys you're going to have a lot, because you're going to be doing a show. You're going to do a channel now with nutrition and stuff, aren't you, or something?
I'm trying to get that started. Once I get everything set up,
well, let me know, and we'll be promoting you, because I think it's a great thing. I think a lot of people in the chat tonight learned a lot, and the people who view this later on are going to learn a lot too. It's being that winner frequency, and we are going to be winners of our winner frequency by giving of ourselves and doing good things for ourselves. And it's not about the being caught up in all the hoopla about buying junk on the internet or buying it in the stores, all that crap that you really all don't need, even the food. Right? So in the whole thing and everything, remember, you're going to go out and you're going to be the frequency you want to receive, everyone. Boy, how I worked that in tonight. But anyway, thank you all. Lucky,
Thank
thanks.
you.
Grumpy, thanks. Everybody in the chat, thanks. I hope I mentioned everybody. It's the last bit of it. Nina, Mary Wins, Big Al. Don't forget to go over to Nina's channel. She's having a big sale over there on merch and stuff. Remember, that's how she supports herself. And go get a reading from her for the new year, because she's really good at that stuff, I tell you. We got Amanda Hernandez in the chat, Seeker of Truth too. Let's see, The Way came to visit us today. Hey, I'm a rhyming fool to now, ain't I? We got Book 33. He says, hey guys, all right. Well, Elderberry, and he says, you're an inspiration, Doug. Motivate people. So go out and do that. I love it. Kiki was in the house. I haven't seen her in a while. Big shout out. Let's see, anybody else I've missed. I don't know. Courtney was in. She's playing with her dog, probably heading to bed. So anyway, we're gonna wrap this up real quick. Thank you, everyone. Go out. Remember, be the frequency you want to receive. Start that resolution today or tonight or tomorrow, whenever you start watching this. Okay. Later, everyone. Peace, everybody. And there we go. Another show in the bag.